So, are you sitting at home, far away from Quartzsite, watching Quartzsite videos, and wishing you were here? Well, you are in the co-pilot seat right now. You're riding shotgun with Travels with Dottie. It's the middle of January, and we're riding through Quartzsite, and you're with me. And where you are now, I'd say 4 years ago, that's where I was. I was, I had just turned 60 years old, and I was working my job in Northern Virginia, 40 hours a week, got my 3 weeks off a year, and I was watching YouTube videos thinking, God, how great would it be to be on the road, not be tied to a condo or apartment or house, and just go where I want to go, when I want to go. And Quartzsite, Arizona seems to be the coolest place ever. I want to go there. So fast forward to today. I'm here. This is my third winter in Quartzsite, and I love being here. I love everything about Quartzsite. And I did retire when I was 62, a little over 2 years ago. December 1st, this past December 1st was my 2-year anniversary, and I found a way to make it work. Now, to make it work, I still got to work a little bit, but not much. It's not really a big deal at all. Nowhere near full-time. Just a little extra income. There's lots of things you can do online to earn a little extra money. There's tons and tons of ways to have a little extra income, and I figured that part out, and so can you. And I'm looking to the right here, and the big tent for the Big Tent RV show that's world famous, that starts here January 20th. In just 10 days, the tent is up, and it looks impressive as ever. And we're heading south on Nevada 95, where the 4 long-term visitor areas are. These are the places to stay, really, if you want to stay the whole season like I do, and you don't want to have to move, and you can set up your camp for the season for $180 for the whole season, and you get access to dumpsters and to fresh water and black and gray tank dump stations for $180 for the whole year. Any one of you can move from LTVA. There's 2 of them here, one on the left, one on the right, and that is LTVA La Posa North and La Posa West. Then down here on the left, we're going to have, when we get down there, we're going to have La Posa South on the left and La Posa Tyson Wash on the right. And my preference, I like La Posa South. And why? Because when I first retired and came down, I came to a rally for the Next Exit RV channel, Bob and Pearl, and let's not forget Tinker, their dog. They had a rally, and I came to the rally and made some lifelong friends. And most of you know that watch me, I talk about Tim all the time. They put me next to Tim in the rally. We've been good friends ever since. And there are lots of ways to make this lifestyle work if this is what you want. There are people here on disability Social Security for taking in less than $1,000 a month, and they find a way to make it work. There are people here that are wealthy, that have big fancy Class A's, that have marble floors and $500,000 rigs. Let me tell you something. Everything in between. You figure out what you can make work. Some of the most joyous time I had in the 2 years preceding my retirement was tweaking my Excel spreadsheet every day. I tweak it a little more, make the income a little more accurate, make the expenses a little more reasonable. I I had, here's what I'm going to spend on a high expense month, a low expense month, a low income month, a high income month, a combination of both. Here's La Posa Tyson Wash on the left, the south entrance on the left. Why didn't I turn? Because there's a back way in here that's close to my camp. You'll see that in a minute. But there are ways to make it work. You know, will you be 100% comfortable on a low income? Probably not. There'll be some challenges for sure. Should you hit the road with no savings? I would say absolutely not. You need to have emergency funds. You know, if you buy a used van and that's going to be your home and you have a blown transmission, you're in big trouble and you don't have money to fix that. So that is one warning, but you have time usually on your side. You can plan. One thing that I did is I was living in fancy places. I earned a pretty good living, and like 4 years before I retired, I took my trailer and I found a spot to rent and to park it in, and I lived in my trailer while I worked full time for the last 4 years, just to make sure that I was going to be comfortable living in a trailer, because I didn't want to do all this planning, drag a trailer out here and figure out I'm not comfortable. So I got convinced. Not only was I comfortable, but I had the trailer I have now is a 21-foot micro mini, Winnebago micro mini. The one I had before was a 27-foot Nomad, quite a bit bigger rig. It was wider and it was longer, and I lived in that pretty much the whole time, that whole 4 years. And I decided, you know what? Not only am I comfortable, but I'd be comfortable in an even smaller space. So I bought something smaller. And boy, was it a great decision. I'm very comfortable in my small trailer. I can pull it just fine with my Ford F-150. And you know, if you get on YouTube and find out what people are saying about the rigs they bought new and used and vehicles and stuff, you're going to find lots of disaster stories. But I'm telling you one, this is a success story. I bought my F-150. It's a XLT 3.5 EcoBoost, 2-wheel drive, 6.5-foot bed, and I bought it for about $32,000 in December of 2018. I've never had a problem with it. I bought my 2021 Winnebago Micro Mini brand new for $27,000 in I think it was around September of 2021, and I have not had any significant problems. Nothing. So here's an example of, I bought myself a truck, bought myself a trailer, and I do not have these horrific problems that many other people have. Am I lucky? Probably. So anywhere, and that's it. That's my rig. That's my friend Daryl's rig that you can see on the left. And I just want to really encourage all of you that if you want to do this, you can find a way to do it. So if you're sitting home and you're riding co-pilot with me, I hope I get to see you for real someday out here. You all take care.